Is this just another way for big companies to get more data on you? OpenAI is thinking of putting ads in ChatGPT. It sounds like a small change, but it's got people talking. If you've used ChatGPT, you probably love how clean and ad-free it feels. But now, there's a chance that could change, and honestly, not everyone's thrilled about it. In this video, I'm going to break everything down. Why is OpenAI even considering ads? What does this mean for you as a user? And what could this mean for the future of AI? It's actually not as clear-cut as you might think, so stick around. First, let's get into why OpenAI might make this move. Running ChatGPT isn't cheap. It's not like a regular app where you build it once and just keep it running. Every time you type a question or prompt into ChatGPT, a ton of computing power is working in the background to generate a response. This involves massive servers, tons of electricity, and super high-end hardware. And we're not talking small costs here. OpenAI is reportedly burning through billions of dollars a year just to keep its models running and improving. To understand why it costs so much, let's talk about how ChatGPT actually works. When you type in a question, the model doesn't just pull pre-written answers from a database. Instead, it's generating responses on the fly based on probabilities. It analyzes your input, predicts what the next word should be, and builds its reply word by word in real time. This process is powered by neural networks, which are essentially giant systems designed to mimic how the human brain processes information. The bigger and more advanced the model, the more data it needs to train and the more computing power it uses. Training a model like GPT-4, or its successor, o1, takes an incredible amount of data. OpenAI pulls this data from websites, books, academic papers, and even user inputs, and the model learns by processing all of that information. But here's the thing. Running these models in real time for millions of users worldwide isn't just expensive, it's astronomically expensive. Each interaction with ChatGPT involves processing layers of neural networks, and that eats up a lot of resources. This is why the costs add up so quickly. Right now, OpenAI makes most of its revenue from things like subscriptions. You probably heard of ChatGPT Plus, which costs $20 a month. Show ChatGPT Plus pricing option. Then there are enterprise deals, like the partnerships OpenAI has with companies like Microsoft. But even with all that, it's not enough to cover the massive costs. In 2024 alone, OpenAI is expected to lose over $5 billion. And that's with billions in revenue, so they're in a tough spot financially. That's why ads look like a solution. Sarah Friar, OpenAI's CFO, recently said that ads are something the company is seriously looking at. She mentioned that they're still in the early stages of planning and would make sure ads don't ruin the user experience. But let's be honest, who wants ads? And it's hard to imagine how they'll add them in a way that doesn't feel intrusive. Now, Sam Altman, OpenAI's CEO, has been pretty clear about his feelings on this. He's not a fan of ads. In fact, he's called them a last resort. Altman has even said he finds the idea of ads combined with AI pretty unsettling. Why? Because it could mess with user trust. Right now, when you use ChatGPT, you feel like it's giving you honest, unbiased answers. But if ads come into the mix, people might start wondering, is this AI suggesting something because it's actually the best option, or because an advertiser paid for it? Think about it this way. Let's say you're asking ChatGPT for advice on buying a new phone. You'd want it to give you the best, most objective advice, right? But what if there's a paid ad baked into the response? Suddenly, you're not sure if you can trust what it's saying. That's a pretty big deal, and it's something OpenAI would have to handle very carefully if they go this route. And it's not just about trust. Ads could also change how ChatGPT feels to use. Right now, it's this super streamlined, no-frills tool. Adding ads, whether they're banners, pop-ups, or sponsored recommendations, could make it feel cluttered and less professional. Users who rely on ChatGPT for work, research, or creative projects might find it distracting or even annoying. This brings us to another question. Who would the ads affect? If you're paying for ChatGPT Plus, you'd probably expect an ad-free experience. But what about free tier users? Would OpenAI make ads a feature of the free version only, or would they apply to everyone? There's also the possibility that OpenAI could raise subscription prices to make up for costs instead of, or in addition to, adding ads. Either way, it's a decision that could upset a lot of people. But there's more to this story than just ads. OpenAI is under a lot of pressure, not just financially but also legally and ethically. For one, they're facing a bunch of lawsuits. News organizations, authors, and even YouTube creators are suing OpenAI for using their content to train ChatGPT without permission. The argument is that OpenAI scraped articles, books, and videos from the internet to make its models smarter, but never asked for approval or paid for the material. One of the most high-profile cases involves Elon Musk, who co-founded OpenAI but left years ago. Musk has accused OpenAI of abandoning its original mission of being a non-profit focused on ethical AI. He claims the company has become too focused on profits and is operating like any other tech giant. In his lawsuit, Musk alleges that OpenAI's partnership with Microsoft and its shift to a capped profit model go against the principles it was founded on. He's even called out OpenAI for being secretive and anti-competitive, saying it's no longer the transparent, community-driven organization he helped start. This lawsuit is more than just a personal problem. It's a big deal for OpenAI's reputation. If Musk wins, it could force the company to rethink how it operates. Even if he doesn't, the legal battle is a distraction at a time when OpenAI is trying to prove it's still trustworthy and ethical. Then there's the issue of OpenAI's mission. When the company started, it was a nonprofit with a simple goal: to make sure AI benefits everyone. But over time, they shifted to a capped profit model, meaning they can make money but only up to a certain limit. Critics, including Musk, say the company has strayed too far from its original purpose. All of this is happening at a time when OpenAI is trying to stay competitive in a crowded market. They've been working on trademarking their AI models, like O1, to protect their technology from copycats. But even here, they've hit roadblocks. For example, their attempt to trademark GPT failed because regulators said it was too generic. While these setbacks haven't been catastrophic, they show just how tough the legal and business side of AI development is. So, what's the takeaway here? If OpenAI goes ahead with ads, it's going to change the way people interact with ChatGPT, and not necessarily for the better. On one hand, ads could help OpenAI bring in more money, which would allow them to keep improving their models and maybe even lower costs for free-tier users. But on the other hand, ads could make the platform less enjoyable to use and erode the trust that's been a cornerstone of ChatGPT's success. In my opinion, OpenAI is at a crossroads. They need to find a way to balance their financial needs with their commitment to users. If they can do that, by being transparent, thoughtful, and putting users first, they might be able to pull this off without alienating too many people. But if they rush into this or prioritize profits over the user experience, it could backfire in a big way. At the end of the day, this isn't just about OpenAI. Other AI companies are watching closely to see how users react. If OpenAI succeeds, it could pave the way for ads in other AI tools. But if it fails, it could teach the entire AI industry a lesson. So, what do you think? Would you keep using ChatGPT if it had ads, or is that a deal breaker for you? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this interesting, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this.